Hi dear students, this is lesson 13 and it is about changing fraction to decimal and decimal to fraction also. And we are going to start with fraction to decimal. And here it is given for 5 over 8, which means that divide 5 by 8. Here, this sign, when you divide by the fraction sign, this also same with the division sign. So it means that divide 5 divided by 8 at the same time, which means you can write like this: 5 divided by 8, which is here, which is not possible because 5 is smaller. So we are going to use long division methods, which means that when we are going to add here 0, that's going to be 50, and 50 divided by 8, what it is. But you remember, when you write here 10 for easy division, you should add 0 decimal point, and now our operation is going to continue with respect to this decimal units. Okay, now in 50, how many times we have? 6 times. 6 times 8, 48. When we subtract, it's going to be equal to 2. And in 2 we don't have 8, so I'm going to write one more 0 here. But since we have written the decimal place here, we are not going to write one more decimal place here, and we are going to continue on the operation. In 20 we have 2 times 2 times 8 is equal to 16. When you subtract, it's going to be equal to 4. And in 4 we don't have 8, so we are going to add one more 0. As I mentioned, we are not writing any more decimal points because we are writing only once, then we are going to continue. And in 40 we have 5 times 8, so 5 times 8 is equal to 40. That's going to be equal to 0, and we finished our operation, which means that here 5 over 5 divided by 8, 5 over 8, or as a fraction, 5 over 8, which is 5 divided by 8, which is equal to 0.625, and 5 over 8 is equal to 0.625. It has to be. Okay, let's continue with this example. Here we have chosen mixed, and it is not going to change something. This whole part, it's not going to change something because we know this 2 and 3 over 5. When you say this is same with 2 and 3 over 5. So here I have to find only what is 3 over 5. 3 over 5 is equal to 3 divided by 5. Which means I can use here again the same method. I'm going to add 0, then the result is going to come up like this. 30, in 30 we have 6 times, but I have to add 0 decimal place here, sorry. And then in 5 we have 6, in 30 we have 6 times 5, which is equal to 30 here, and we are going to finish the operation, which means this is 0, which means 3 over 5 is equal to 0.6. But the question is not 3 over 5. 2 and 3 over 5. 2 and 3 over 5. I said it's like 2 plus 3 over 5, which is equal to 2 plus 0.6, which is equal to 2.6. It has to be. And this is the result of our operation. Okay, let's continue with the new exercises, but this time we are going to change from decimal to fraction. Actually, this is easier than because we are going to write only with respect to number of decimal places zeros as a fraction. What I mean here, if we have 0.45, firstly I'm writing the 45 as a numerator in the fraction, and down I'm writing firstly 1. How many decimal places I have here? 2 decimal places. If 2 decimal places here, I'm going to add 2 zeros for the operation. So which means 45 over 100. But is it enough for us? No, because if you remember, for each fraction, 45 over 100, I said should be simplified. And when we simplify, we are going to divide by both of them divisible by 5. And this is going to be equal to 9. And this is going to be equal to 20. So, which means that this is going to be equal to, the result it's going to be equal to, or 0.45 as a fraction, it's equal to 45 over 100, which is equal to 9 over 20, it has to be. And we have again the same case here, 2325, we have 2.325, which means that 2.325, it should be equal to 2325 divided by 1000. Why 1000? Again, I'm going to mention that one. It should be, if it is 3 decimal place here, there should be 3 zeros here. And we know that here 2325 divisible by 25, 1000 divisible by 25. And when you divide by 25, both of them, 25 and 25, since the numbers are difficult, I already divide, and 2325 divided by 25 is going to be equal to, in 230. In 23 there is no. In 230 we have 9 times, which is equal to 225. It's going to be, when you subtract, this is going to be equal to, here from 12, 5, it's equal to 7, and from 3, this becomes, when you give 1, this is going to be minus 1, and 2 minus 2, 0, so the result is going to be equal to 0. Here only the answer is 7. So we are going to get this 5 down, which is equal to 75. It becomes, I'm doing normal division, you know the rules of it. In 75 we have 25 3 times, so the answer is 93. So this part, it's going to be 93, and if you divide 1000 by 25, you know the answer, it's going to be equal to 40. And here we are going to get, if you divide, if you convert to mixed number, it's going to be equal to 13 over 40. By the way, I want to say that here. I want to say here 0.325, only 0.325 is equal to 13 over 40. By calculating, if you want to calculate this one, you will find 13 over 40, it's going to be 13 over 40, it's going to be, which means 2 and 3.325, 0.325, it's going to be equal to 13 over 40. 2 and 2.325, it should be equal to 2 and 13 over 40, which is this number. Okay.